Hello, welcome to this quick tour of Oracle Apex. To start off, I'm just going to the site apex.oracle.com. On this site, you'll find lots of great information. Just click on Get Started for free to sign up for a free workspace. I'm just going to click Sign In and enter my workspace name, username, and password. The first thing I would like to do is to go to App Builder and create a new application. This is where you're going to spend a majority of your time. So click App Builder. I would like to create a new application. Click Create a New App. I would like to create an application from a file. You can actually upload a CSV, XLSX, XML, or JSON file, or just copy and paste data, then create your application. Click From a File. I'm just going to drag and drop movies.csv file. Enter a table name and then click Load Data. You see that the data is loaded. A table is created with 2631 rows in this case. Let's go and click Create Application. Enter a name for the application and notice that Apex has analyzed the data and presents a couple of pages for free. Based on the data, Apex determines that you should have a dashboard page, a faceted search with form page, an interactive report with form page, and a calendar page. I might need access control feature, or I might need activity reporting, or I might need all of these features. So simply clicking check all and then I click create application. I can see my application creation progress and it's created now. So I click run application. I'm using Apex credentials at the moment, but I can easily utilize single sign-on, LDAP, social sign-in, and various custom authentications that I choose. What started off as a spreadsheet, you now have a database application with 2631 records loaded into an Oracle table. So the first thing you see is the home page with cards to navigate and also a left navigation menu that you can hide or open. Let's first click the dashboard page. You see that Apex was able to analyze the data and it determined 4 charts that might be relevant for your data. Let's then click Movie Search Page, which is a faceted search page. What this gives you is the UI to quickly filter on facets of your data. You can go ahead and add additional filters and can make a lot of other customization as well. Let's now click Movies Report, which is an interactive report. On the same data, Apex also presents an interactive report with form. Basically, this is a tabular report with an edit button that opens a dialog and you can edit the fields. Let's edit the budget field, which is basically a numeric field, and add some non-numeric data. And see apply changes. You see an error and so forth. In an interactive report, you have a lot more control on the data. Let's now click Calendar. It defaults to the current month. Let's navigate to the month and year that has some data to look at. Now let's click Administration. You can toggle various settings of the application and interact with all of the features that you have checked earlier in the Create Application wizard. So you now have the single source of truth by simply sending the URL to any of your users. Now let's go back to App Builder. I just want to go across the second major component, SQL Workshop. You see that there is an object browser. This is designed so application developers can create and maintain database objects such as tables, views, indexes, and so on. You see here movies table that we just created. You can see the table columns, click data, and you can see the data in the table. You have the sample queries tab, so click sample queries tab and you see Apex provides some sample queries on this table. You also have the Create App button here, so clicking this you will be able to create an application on top of this table. Now let's learn how to create an application on existing database tables. For this we need to create some sample database objects, so let's go to SQL Workshop and then go to Utilities and you see sample datasets here. Let's install project data. which is a collection of projects, milestones, tasks, and more. Click Next. We have database objects such as project status, projects, project milestones, project tasks, and so on. Let's click Install Dataset. The database objects have been successfully installed. You can actually build the application right from here, but let's go to App Builder and create the application. Let's click App Builder and then click Create. Create a new application. Enter your application name, and then I would like to create some pages, so click Add Page. The first page that we are going to add is a cards page, and let's give this name as Projects. The table we're going to pick is the Projects table. The card title is going to be Name, and then the description is going to be Description, and the additional text column is the project lead, and say click Add Page. Let's add one more page. This time let's add an interactive grid page. Milestones, and let's select the milestone table. Click Add Page. Let's add one more page. This time let's add a report and form. Let's click Interactive Report, and then this is on Tasks. So let's select the task table, and let's include a form. We also have an option to specify lookup columns. For lookup key 1, let's select project ID, and instead of displaying project ID, I would like to display the project's name. And similarly for lookup key 2, let's select milestone ID. Instead of milestone ID, I would like to display milestone name, and say Add Page. Let's add one more page. This time let's add a dashboard page. Let's select Dashboard and select a couple of charts. Let's select bar chart, and then this is going to be project budget, and then we'll pick the view, and then label is name, and then the value column is budget. For chart 2, let's call it as project cost, and then let's use the same view, and then the label column is name, and then we select cost for value column. For chart 3, let's select a pie chart type, and let's call this as status, and then let's pick up the same view. The label column is status count, and then click Add Page. So we now have projects, milestone, tasks, and dashboard page. I would like to move the dashboard page up here, and then click check all of the features, and then click Create Application. Now let's run the application and see the pages that we have just created using the wizard. Let's take a look at the dashboard page. You see there are 4 charts at the moment, and I just want to get rid of chart 4. So let's click Quick Edit, and then click in chart 4. So I'll be navigated to the page designer. So right click this and just delete. Let us also adjust the position of the remaining charts. Let's drag and drop the status chart between the project budget and the project cost chart. And now let's move the project cost chart to the bottom. Now let's save the changes. As soon as you save the changes, the metadata gets saved, and you'll be able to see the changes made to the application instantly. Click Save and Run page. You now see the project budget, status, and project cost charts in the dashboard page. Let's now click Projects. This is a cards page that is created on the projects table. Now let's click Milestones. This is an interactive grid built on the milestones table. Click anywhere in the grid and you'll be able to make some changes and save the changes. Let's click Tasks. This is an interactive report with a form. Now let's go back to dashboard page. One thing to note about Apex is that it is fully responsive. So if you're displaying in a mobile device, for example, you see that it is actually putting the regions one underneath each other so that they all fit on the page. Let's go back to the full size. Now let's go back to the application development environment, and the last thing that I would like to show you is App Gallery, where you have productivity applications and sample applications. Apex includes an integrated suite of productivity and sample applications that provide point solutions and demonstrate key functionality. Let's first click Sample Applications and let's install sample charts. Click Install App, click Next, and then click Install App again. Let's run the application now. In the sample charts application, you see different examples and different types of charts such as area chart, bar chart, box plot chart, bubble chart, Gantt chart, and funnel chart, and so on. Now let's take a look at the productivity applications. Let's now install a productivity application, ptrack. Click Install App, click Next, and then click Install App again. Let's run the application. You need to complete the first time setup. Click Complete Setup. These productivity applications are designed as point solutions that can enable you to get up and running to solve various business problems within minutes. Thank you so much for watching this quick tour of Oracle Apex.